Hi everybody, it's Crystal. Welcome to my channel, Bagoday Crochet, where we talk about everything that is yarn and crochet related. So lots of yarn stuff and lots of tutorials, all free for you to enjoy. So please hit that subscribe button. Today is 10/30 of the year 2023. First off, I do have a tutorial for that blanket that you see back there, and you can find that on my channel. It's called my leaded window panes blanket. It's a type of stained glass granny square blanket, and I do have a tutorial for this hat. It is called my Quicksilver beanie. Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to move over to the side a little bit because I'm going to put some pictures up on the screen, maybe, if I can. I'm not really good at that editing, so I'll probably have to have my daughter do it. Now, what I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to go over about 20 of my favorite hats that are, you know, okay, first off, you must know that I have over 150 hat tutorials on my channel. They're all, you know, like I said, they're all free because I like to make hats. But I picked out 20 of my favorite tutorials that would work well for, you know, the gender neutral hats. Most of the 150 are, but let's just say I picked out, because I have a lot of people saying, hey, can you make a hat for a man, and you know, stuff like that, but really I consider it all to be gender neutral, but that just depends on the person, I suppose. But I'm going to, so I chose 20 that I thought, you know, would work well. 20 of my faves. All right, so do you want to start? Let's start. Okay, so this one is called my Blurred Lines Beanie. Very easy to make. Now you're going to hear me say that a lot because everything that I teach is very easy to make, even when it looks hard like that. You know the basics of single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet. I'm going to show you how to do the rest. So that's why I always say that you can do it. Anything that I show you. Okay, so the Blurred Lines Beanie that you see right there it's pretty basic. You know, some double crochet and then double crocheting in the back loop. It's pretty simple, basic beanie. You know, it's does have some post stitches, I do believe, but don't worry, I show you how to do those if you don't know how. They are excellent for texture. Now the yarn that is used in that tutorial was actually hand dyed by my good friend Gary from the YouTube channel Urban Yarn. Now if you do not know who Gary is, I highly recommend that you check out Gary's channel. You never miss a video of Gary's. So, and he is from Canada, and he actually came to visit me here in Illinois. So I have some videos of him when he visited. We had a really good time, and I hope that he comes back again. So anyways, the yarn that you see there, it was hand dyed by my good friend Gary there. But you can use, it is just a 4-weight yarn, so you could use any 4-weight yarn that you like for that particular beanie, and it's made to fit. Now all the beanies that I'm going to say in this particular video right here are going to be made to fit. And I always say I make my beanies averaged 19 to 22 inch circumference, but in almost all my videos I do tell you how to make them bigger or smaller, either by using switching a hook, or by leaving off a row increases, or by increasing by another row. So you would just have to watch the video, and you know, most of them I tell you how to make bigger or smaller. Okay, so the next one, this so happens to be about my good friend Gary as well. So on his channel he has a knitted, he's a very good knitter and crocheter as well. He's very good at everything that he does. Gary from Urban Yarns. Remember, I'm sure most of you know if you've watched him, but if not, I highly recommend him. But he happened to make a knit pattern of a beanie. Here it is. he made one for me. Now, this is knitted, and this is called his Bushtracker beanie. All right, I didn't make this. He sent this to me as a gift. Now, the one that you see up on the, the one that you see there, that's my mock crochet version of the Bushtracker beanie. I did not really do Gary's justice at all. I mean, I didn't use the same colors, of course, nor did I do his justice. But sometimes it's hard to mock knit with crochet. But anyway, so that's my that's my crochet version of Gary's Bushtracker beanie, which I should be wearing, I guess, since I'm talking about it. But I'm not. But I do love that beanie. So as you can see, the multicolored one there is made with a hand-dyed yarn. And the other one, I do believe, they're both 4-weight yarns. And the other one is made with, I think, Joann's or some type of value acrylic. So, I just gave a couple of examples. All right. So the next one, that is a slouchy. Now, that is an old video. So the quality is not going to be that good because I've been on YouTube for a long time. And I've made lots of tutorials to making in the video. I have over 1,100. And back in the day when I first started, they weren't that good. I didn't have the lights and the equipment and stuff that I have now. You build that stuff over time. I've been on YouTube for 9 years. So over time, it got better. So if you do check out that slouchy, it is quite a popular slouchy hat. It works, all these work well. They're all gender neutral. It is actually made with Lion Brand Scarfy yarn. So it is made with a bulky 5-weight. But Lion Brand is actually on the thinner side of a 5-weight. So you could get away with using a 4 on that. Now this is pretty much made all puff stitches top down. And then it has some post stitches there for the border. If you see me looking over here, it's because I'm looking at the pictures on the screen. And you do not have to make it slouchy if you don't want. I do talk about that in the video. You can stop at a certain point and make it just regular, puff beanie. So that's my all puffed up beanie. I believe that's the name of it. Now remember, some of these are older and I have a hard time remembering the names, but I think that's what that one is called. I will leave links to all these below in the description box. All right. Okay, the next one is called the Shooting Stars beanie. So there's a picture of it without a pom-pom and with a pom-pom. Very easy to make. Now this one is actually made in a rectangle. It's the only one that I think I have made this way. It's a rectangle and then folded and seamed, and then I believe it's gathered at the top. And then I put, the brim is just flipped up. Now that is made with a 4-weight yarn, Red Heart Super Saver stripes, and the color Sutherland stripes. Of course, you can use any 4-weight yarn that you want with that. And I do tell you how to make it size adjustable to fit, any head that you'd like. Yeah, I like that one. That one's nice. That's the Shooting Stars. Very nice, very nice. Okay, the next one you see there is called More Than Meets the Eye beanie. It's a very nice beanie. That one I do believe is made with loops and threads. I'm trying to look at the yarn and I should have looked it up first. I was trying to look at the yarn and know what it is. That is loops and threads, impeccable. The flecked impeccable. It has a little flex on it, which is a 4-weight yarn. So that is a very, very nice beanie. So the whole crown is made with front post stitches, and then we have a type of like a lemon pill stitch, or I call it a solid houndstooth. It's got many names. Suzette stitch. I don't know, it's got a ton. And then it's at the bottom. It is front post stitched for the brim. I really like that beanie a lot. I have all these beanies still that you see right now. I don't wear them all on camera. There's only certain ones I wear, but yes, I do have all those. So yes, it is a very nice beanie. Like I said, and 4-weight yarn would work just fine, any 4-weight. Now the next one that you see is called the Caterpiller beanie because it's made with the Caterpillar stitch. It is worked actually bottom. No. It's worked top down. I'm trying to think. It's been a bit. The top is basic double crochet. The top is just basic double crochet, and then it goes into the caterpillar stitch. Now, as you can see, it is made with 3 different colors of yarn. That's just to give the caterpillar the look of, if you use 3 different colors, it makes it look like it has legs and whatnot. You don't have to do it in 3 colors if you don't want. You can use any color. You can make a solid if you want. It doesn't matter. You do what you want to do. You make these beanies, they're your beanies. They're not, they're not mine. I'm not wearing them. You make them to your likings. But that one is made with a 4-weight yarn as well. That is actually a hand-dyed yarn called Taft, the Taft Yarn Company. It's a merino wool, superwash merino wool. So yes, it's very pretty, done up in my favorite colors of brown. All right, so the next one that you see there, now that's just a very, very simple, this is called my Back to Basics beanie, because it's very, very simple beanie. It's just top down double crochet with basic post stitch brim on it. Super basic, super easy. You can whip these up in no time at all. That particular one is made with the Dutch brand that I can never pronounce, Scheepjes. But we usually say here, Scheepjes, which I know that is not correct. But they're velvet yarn, which is a 4-weight yarn. But again, you can use any yarn that you choose, any 4-weight yarn that you choose. And any of these hats as well can be made slouchy by adding just 2 or 3 more inches to the height of it, and then it'd be slouchy in the back. Okay, the next one that you see there is called my Landslide beanie. That one's a pretty new beanie, actually. I have it right here. Now this is made also with a hand-dyed Falkland wool. But it's really nice. I like the textures in it. It starts with the basic double crochet for the crown, and then we go into a even moss stitch, but it's worked on the reverse side, therefore it gives it a totally different look than what it would look like if it was done correctly. And then we go down to a knotted half double crochet. And then we got a little bit of back post ribbing, and I put a nice single crochet brim on it. And of course you can make this to be slouchy if you want. A lot of people have been making this because it's relatively new. I've been seeing a lot of them on Facebook. It's a nice beanie. I like it a lot. So that is the Landslide beanie. Okay, up next. This is a very popular beanie. Actually, it got voted, I did a poll one time, and it got voted favorite beanie of all. Now, this is my fall through beanie. And a lot of these will, well, some of these will have a matching scarf to go with them. And like I said, I have over 150 other hats, and some of those have matching scarves to go with them as well. Now, do I like this beanie? I like this beanie a lot. Is it my favorite? No, it's not my favorite, but it's one of my favorites. So the fall through beanie that you see there, it does have the crown is post stitch crown. You'll notice that I use that in a lot of my beanies because it is my favorite crown to use on a beanie. So it is worked top down. Most of my beanies are top down. I prefer that method, but not all of them. And then it goes into what appears to be the mixed cluster stitch. I'm just trying to go by the picture because I made these a while ago. And that is made with a 4-weight yarn, Malabrigo Rios. It's a superwash hand-dyed merino. So yes, it's a very nice yarn. Voted most favorite beanie on my channel. All right, so the next one you see, it's my Quicksilver beanie. It's this one right here. So I just made this actually. It's at the making of the video. It's brand spanking new. I was looking through my beanies last night because I knew I wanted to do a video like this, and I noticed I did not have one beanie that was just a simple ribbed every row beanie all the way down from top to bottom. I'm like, I can't believe I don't have a simple ribbed beanie on my channel. I have some ribbed beanies, but they're not like just every other row is a rib, you know, like a straight up just ribbed beanie. So I like this one a lot. This is actually made with a 4-weight acrylic yarn, just a value acrylic, and a simple single crochet around the bottom for a brim. And of course, you know, I tell you how to, you know, do all the gist if you want to make it slouchy, resize it, all that kind of jazz. All right. Up next is my chocolate Bon Bon Beanie. I like that one. I like that one. Again, it's a top-down beanie. Oh, it's I've seen a lot of Bon Bon Beanies being made from a lot of people. Again, it does have the same type of crown, the post-stitch crown, and then we got some ribbing. I think that ribbing is actually just back loop single crochet to make that effect on that one, and then more ribbing, and then or more post stitches, and then more back post. I actually think I have one here. The one you see in the picture there is brown, but this one happens to be black. I wear this one. So yes, very nice, very simple, very easy. This one's made with loops and threads, impeccable as well. I think it is. it is. But yes, chocolate Bon Bon Beanie on that one. Okay, so the next one that you see is called my Breakthrough Beanie. Now it looks like it is a top-down beanie. Now remember, I am just going by a picture because some of these I've made a long time ago, and I'm looking at it trying to guess the yarn that I use and stuff. So I can see, you know, it is a top-down beanie, and it looks like it's made with double crochet and the even moss stitch across, and a ribbed brim. And that looks like it's made with Lion Brand retweed yarn, which is a 4-weight yarn. So, you know, any 4-weight yarn will work just fine for that one. That's the Breakthrough Beanie. All right, the next one. Oh, it's the classic. It's the classic. It's the classic basic beginner beanie. I call it the basic beginner blue. I don't know why I even called it the basic beginner blue. You make it any color you want. So this is just a super simple, straight up a double crochet beanie. For someone maybe that's never ever made a beanie before, but you want to give it a try, this would probably be one that you want to do, as long as you know how to do a double crochet. I'll show you the rest. Now it does, for the border at the bottom, have what is known as a reverse single crochet or a crab stitch. Now that is it is just a single crochet done in the reverse, and it makes a nice edge. Now that is something that you can leave off if you are a beginner and you are having trouble doing that. I do encourage you though to give it a try, because you know there was a time that I could not do that either, and I just kept practicing and practicing until I could. So I always recommend that you at least give it a try, a few tries, you know. And if not, you can if you can't get it, you can just end it in a regular single crochet there to end it. Okay, up next is called, that blue one, I'm sorry. It's just made with Red Heart Ombre yarn. So any 4-weight yarn would be just fine. Up next, we have my Overall Charisma beanie. Now this looks like it's relatively easy as well. Actually, it's super simple beanie to make, and it looks like it does have a hat to go with it. I do have it right here. Now this is actually, it's made top down. It's made top down. I think almost all these have been made top down except for the one I told you that that wasn't. That was split up the side and then sewed at the top. But anyways, this is made top down with the extended single crochet, and it is a very, very easy stitch. It's pretty similar to the single crochet, except for you add just one little more detail to it to make it just a tad taller than what a normal single crochet would be. And then it has, this is a nice beanie as well. This has a ribbed ribbing on the bottom. Now, the reason why this is a nice beanie, I have beanies like this, but it teaches you how to add this ribbing. See this ribbing? A lot of people will make this first, and then they'll make their hat top up. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of making hats from the bottom and going up. I do that, but I'm not like a huge fan of doing that. This teaches you how to do a top-down beanie and attach this type of ribbing on it. You see that? The single crochet ribbing in the back loop. This goes back a 4th rows, and you attach it. I mean, you crochet it. You don't make it and then sew it on. You just crochet it as you're going around the beanie. So it's a nice way to learn how to add this to a top-down beanie. A lot of people have asked that, and I actually never thought about that. I do have beanies, quite a few that have this already attached at the top down. So anyways, this, and this is made with a hand-dyed yarn. It was quite a busy yarn, as you can see. That's why I chose a simple stitch. This is made with hand-dyed superwash merino by my friend Thryss from Thryss and Stitches. Please check out her channel. I'll link it below in the description box. She dyed this yarn. Very beautiful. Alright, so the next one that you see is, some of these I'm showing you because I have them right here, and some of them are actually in totes, so I didn't get them all to show you. This is the Reversible Ribs beanie. I like this beanie a lot, okay? I like it. It's made top down. So you see the picture there? So it's made top down. This is all front post double crochet. It's all front post, top down. And I just put 1 row of single crochet on it at the bottom to keep it from flipping. Now, if you reverse it, this is why it's called the Reversible Ribs. And now if you flip it inside out, you got ribs going in the opposite direction as you did the other time. So you can wear it either way. It's a super cool hat. I only wish I would have made mine a bit longer, but I still love it nonetheless. I generally wear mine this way though. This is made with Malabrigo Rios, the color Glitter. So it is a 4-weight superwash merino yarn, but any 4-weight yarn will work just fine. Beautiful. It's nice and warm too. Those post stitches make it nice and warm. Alright, so up next, this is called my out of the doorway beanie. And as you can see, I have one made. I have it made in 2 colors there in the photo. It's both the same hat, and it's both made with the same size and everything. This is made with Lion Brand Scarfy, which is a bulky 5, but remember it's a thinner bulky 5, so a 4-weight would probably do just fine for this. It has post stitches and puff stitches. Now this one I can tell is worked from the bottom up, so it is gathered at the top, I do believe. Like I said, I do make hats like that sometimes. I do prefer top down, but bottom up are just fine as well. You know, most of them. So that is the out of the doorway beanie. Yes, I like it I like that one quite a bit. Okay, up next is a very, very popular one. Is called my Stitch Sampler Beanie. I like this one a lot as well. I would have to say that it is my favorite hat that I've made on a YouTube tutorial. How about that? This is it right here. And the one that you see in the picture is right here. They're the same hat, just different yarns. So it is a top-down beanie as well. The one in the video there, or the one in the picture that you see, is made with a hand-dyed superwash merino yarn. Now it's called the Stitch Sampler because it has you know, a few different stitches in it. I don't know, 4 or 5 different stitches, and they are all separated there with a line of back post single crochet. And this one is the same. It's my favorite, only I've made this one with Italian cashmere, which is my favorite yarn ever. So I wear this probably more, this is probably the beanie I wear more on camera than any other beanie, other than, of course, my Bagoday beanie. All right. So yes, any 4-weight yarn will work well for this. Next is my this is my bulky Bon Bon beanie. Do not ask me why I am eating a cookie in that picture. It was probably a manic day, and I decided to be goofy for that picture. But that is the same as the chocolate Bon Bon beanie, but I made it with a bulky 5 for people that wanted to make a thicker one. So it is the same. It might have maybe some less rows to, or less stitches to, you know, account for the yarn being thicker. Now that one right there is made with Mary Maxim, their Aspen yarn, which is a nice bulky 5-weight yarn. So it's a cookie. I don't know what the deal with that is. Anyways, yes. So that is the same as the chocolate Bon Bon, just the bulky weight. Up next is, okay, so this is my Nimbus Beanie. I think that's the name of it. Now this is a top-down beanie as well. It has a few different stitches in it. It's made with the rice stitch, I believe, and some post stitches and some regular double crochets. I like the hat a lot. Now it is made with the 4-weight yarn. And like I said, these are all very gender neutral. The yarn I chose is Malabrigo's Rios, which is a hand-dyed superwash merino. Now, as much as I like that hat, I do wish that I would have chosen a solid color of yarn. I think that you would have been able to see the stitches much better, and it probably would have made a better looking hat. But in the end, it still is a nice hat made with a very nice yarn. So, but any 4-weight yarn again will work just well for that. All right, I got one more left. Now this is my no rhyme or no reason hat. I actually have this hat as well. So a lot of my hats, most of them hats, a lot of the stuff that I make up as I record, and I really like to, you know, I just am recording and I'll make it up as I go. So I really like to do that with hats a lot. Now when I did this one, the name No Rhyme No Reason stood out because when I made this one, I made it to not have any rhyme or reason to it. There was no like separation, or there was no like, you know, I can't explain it, reasoning to the hat, you know, like some of my hats have a reason they're made the way they're made. You know, they're separate. They'll be separated with some ribs and have some posts and some more ribs, and or the stitch and separated with this stitch. And this one wasn't like that. It was like whatever's whatever. I'm just gonna go with it. That's why I named it that. So it is a top-down beanie. It's got the basic double crochet top down. 1 row back loop there, and looks like we got some bean stitch going on. 2 rows of ribbing here. Looks like just some double crochet. That appears to be triangle stitch, which would be made upside down. Yes, that is the triangle stitch, but it's upside down because I did work it from, it looks pretty cool upside down though, if you ask me. I did work it from top down. Another simple ribbing, and then some back post, maybe rice stitch at the bottom. You know, I can't remember what. No rhyme. There was no rhyme or reason to this. I don't remember. I do remember the yarn though. It was a hand-dyed merino 4-weight yarn. So there we go. I just wanted to do a little, you know, show you some hats. Great gender neutral beanies. You can do any of these beanies. You can do it. Even the ones that look like they might be harder, they are not hard. As long as you know how to single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet, I promise you, you can do any of these. You can do any of the over 150 hats I have on my channel. You can do any of the 1100 crochet tutorials I have on my channel. Even that, a lot of people are scared of that. It's not scary. It's easy, I promise. and I will show you. You follow my tutorial, very easy to follow. I'll show you how to do all these, okay? So that's it. Look for links for all these tutorials below in the description box. I'll also put a playlist to all my other hats and a playlist to all my tutorials, because I have everything that you could ever want to make and multiples of everything that you could ever want to make. And I continue to add to my library of crochet tutorials multiple times a week. I put on tutorials. So remember, if you like that type of stuff, and we like to talk about yarn here, if you like that type of stuff, please hit that subscribe button and that like button, and yeah, check out some of these. And if you make them, show me on my Facebook page. I'm not a fan of social media. I don't do Instagram anymore, but I do have a Facebook page that people post the things they make from my tutorials on. And if you have any questions, that's the best place to get them answered. So there's a link below. Come join us over there. All right. Yeah, that's it. So I'll see you guys on my next video. Yeah? Okay. Stay safe. Bye, guys.